how does the pandemic, you think, like affect you a little bit differently, if it does, because you've sort of behind the scenes. I mean, you're not going to share all that on the internet, but
Right,
you've
right,
been dealing with health things for a long time and having to
right.
walk away. So now that everyone's sort of somewhat staying in and being a little bit more like distant from each other, does that, like, I guess from your perspective, like, how has that been? Is that, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's so much shit going on,
Yeah.
but like,
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like, what has your personal experience been with it?
Personal experience with it was, um, in the beginning of the year, I was overseas and I already kind of heard about it, but we didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
And when I got back to New York, it just felt like there was like almost like it just felt like there was a weird vibe around you. Just nothing felt right. And then obviously we all went into lockdown in March. And for me, that experience was honestly very draining in terms of my mental health because, you know, being going back to 2015, 2016, I spent a lot of time inside. I spent a lot of time not being able to go anywhere, let alone be under complete supervision 24/7, being 21, 22 years old. I wasn't able to go anywhere or do anything without having someone over me. Um, and while that and that was obviously something that was kind of like not like traumatizing, but like, you know what I mean, where it's just like something that reminds you of it. So
Low point.
when we went into lockdown, my father and I actually legit did not leave the house from March until June. We didn't go outside at all. We had our groceries delivered. I maybe went outside to my backyard twice just because I was really nervous, and obviously with the unknown pandemic and the way it was in New York City, it was insane.
Right next door.
Right, right. So you never know, and we're so close to our neighbors. You just wanted to hide away from everyone. So that really took a big mental toll on my health. Like, but I kind of got myself together and I was like, I've been trying to move out to Los Angeles for the past 2 years and something always stopped me. I think that I just need to go for it and just do what I have to do for myself. I'm 24 years old. I really just want to do this already. And I just kind of got myself together, flew out here. Thanks to my friends, I was able to have a place to stay while looking for a place, and then just transition into moving into where I live now. And it's just, I'm so grateful that it was able to happen this way. But, I think a lot of people might also be on the same page as me when I say like that the first half of 2020 has been really brutal, but there's almost like you kind of want to believe that there is um, like a positive change that will come towards like the end of 2020, or at least that's what I'm trying to look at it as. um, and for me, like I said, in July I came out here and I'm just trying to get myself together and work on music, and I have been doing that. I started streaming, which is something I never thought I'd be doing. But the
Yes,
opportunity.
now 2 years ago, no one knew about it. The world changed so fast. I mean, we've all adapted, and yeah.
Right, especially with like social distancing in place and everything, like streaming is actually like such a fun thing to do, especially right now when you're just home and there's nothing really to do. You can't really go see your friends, you can't really go out anywhere, you can't do anything, so you just can sit online and talk to people and make friends or talk to your friends or do whatever, but you could stream about it. And that's like kind of how that happened for me. I was reached out to by a company called Hakuna, and I started doing streams on there, and it's been going really, really well. And I honestly have a blast doing it. And I never thought that it would be something that will be something that I would be doing. But I like combined it with my music. So that was really, I don't know, it's just a really cool thing for me. I never thought I would do something like that. I always saw people stream.
You get to like interact. It's like being at a show. It's like the closest thing you're gonna
Right.
get to it because it's live. I mean, it's great that all these musicians are recording shows and putting them out and like ticketing people and all of that stuff. But I
Yeah.
think it's so much more exciting when you can interact with the person. It's almost like a meet and
Right.
greet. And everyone's safe. It's nice, but it's also live. I'm sure people request songs and all that stuff, and it's like that's
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Lately, now it's starting to pick up. You know, I've been on Hakuna since August, and in the beginning it was just me kind of talking to people. It wasn't really much, but then I started showing my music. I started playing piano on there. I started playing guitar on there, showing some of my songs, sneak peeks of stuff I've been working on, doing like little sets of like 25, 30 minutes. People would start requesting, can you sing this song? Can you sing that song? And that's been happening a lot more frequently in the last like month. And it makes me just so excited because I love that people can relate to me in some way, shape, or form. And they like to come back every single day to watch my lives and watch what I do and talk to me. It's just such a cool, I don't know, experience. But Hakuna pretty much works kind of the same, except it's definitely less saturated. Hakuna just only launched their United States server and like North American server back in July. So there's not that many people on there still, but there is enough to where, you know, you can get an audience.
Yeah, that's cool. I have to download it. So I want to talk about Because We Met.
Right.
So you kind of talk about in the lyrics that you realize after, like, that this person maybe wasn't that good for you. So what were, I mean, you know, you don't have to go into the full story
Right.
unless you want to, but what were some of the ways that you were able to grow after you let that person go in your life?
Basically, the best way I can explain it is, you know, when you're held down by someone for so long who you have had so much history with, it's very hard to kind of get out of that and realize in that moment what is actually going on and how much it can actually hurt you than help you to be with someone who's just not clearly right for you. Especially when that person wants you to themselves and is just has so many insecurities for themselves that they don't want to let you go. So when I finally realized in that moment that like this person isn't for me and was able to just disconnect myself from them, it took obviously a while to find myself again and to pretty much relearn how to love myself, because you kind of lose that, like the flame that you've had like kind of burn out, and you need to learn how to reignite it in a way. If that makes sense. So I definitely am proud of how far I've come with that as well, because I really did lose all my confidence. I was probably at the lowest point I've ever been in my life. And I was able to kind of grab myself and be like, come on, V, like you can do this. You can just, you really can do this and be just like who you want to be. Like, it's okay.
Was this during the relationship or like right after it ended, you mean?
It's probably after it ended is when I kind of, you know, I kind of had to like sit with myself and be like, I can't let myself drown in sorrow. I can't let myself sit there and just drown in sadness. I need to get myself together and just do what I wanted to do with my life. And like I said, it took a while, but once you know can find your self-worth again, it almost like it sets you free. And that's kind of how I felt like when I finally realized that I'm free and that I can do whatever I want. That's when I think I truly started to grow and become who I am today.
What were some of the things that you like learned about your after?
You know, I learned that it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to not want to share everything that you feel. And I learned that it's just like, if you like, you know, I learned that gaslighting is a thing because I didn't know that was a thing. So when you feel something and it's something that you truly feel, if someone's trying to gaslight you, it's okay to call them out on it and not start apologizing, thinking you're the one who's in the wrong. So kind of just like almost, like I said, again, my self-worth, I think it connects into that, like just realizing what is right and what is wrong, you know, because like I said, when you're in it, you kind of can tend to get lost rather than understand what's going on. Even if people are telling you it, you kind of know about it, you hear about it, but once you're out of it, you really realize all that and you're like, I really dealt with all that. Like, how did I do that? You know?
Also, you kind of get to be like, oh, this is who I am now. Like, not even just like who I am
Yeah.
Was
I actually had, I think this was right before lockdown. Or maybe last year, I don't remember exactly. It was before lockdown. That's all I remember, honestly. I met up with a friend of mine. I was like out with one of my friends, and we just like all met up for a dinner, and we went out and we were just talking. And he was like, it's so good to see you back to how you used to be. Like, and they were like, I feel like you just kind of like were like lost yourself for a while, and it's just good to see you like, just kind of have your confidence back. And that almost made me cry, because I just was like, I didn't realize how much people saw of that.
Did they say anything to you, or were you like ignoring like the maybe if anyone did say anything to you?
What do you mean?
Like
Like,
we're like when you were with this person and maybe they noticed like, oh, she's
oh yeah, yeah. I've had a few friends that say, I don't know, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Maybe this person isn't for you. And I was just like, I don't know. I just kind of was like, yeah, maybe they're not for me, but I don't know. Like I always had like this thought in the back of my mind, like maybe something will change, and clearly it did not.
so
And
video preview that you shared on Instagram, like I think
yes,
it's really cool. I mean, you basically shared a scene where you're like walking away, like you're all right, you're kind of over it, and the
right.
person pulls you back in, and you're like, you seem like on your face, it's like you're not freaking out, but you're also not happy, like necessarily. So did you feel? I mean, yeah. What? Why share that scene and like what was that feeling that you had when you were
Well,
acting?
that's definitely going to be a climax scene in the music video. And that's pretty much, to explain it, it's um, his one last hope to kind of keep me and everything we've had. But there's just too much history there of all of the stuff that has happened that has pulled me down and weighed me down from where I want to be, instead of letting me grow and do what I want as well, like I would for him. And I've realized that. So I was like, I'm sorry, letting go. That's it. This is over.
Was
And
it?
I'm very excited for this video. So this music video, um, it's going to be released on November 27th, which is the day after Thanksgiving, 12 p.m. Pacific Coast time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I almost said Eastern Coast time. That's absolutely incorrect. But the storyline is really, really cool. I worked on it with, uh, his name is Rustam, and he is an amazing director, completely amazing. He kind of like helped me come up with the storyline based on what I told him was like the backstory of this song. So this is definitely going to be a storyline based video, and I'm just really, really excited. We put a lot of work into it. Noah Brown, who plays the lead role, did an amazing job. I'm just really, really excited for this to come out and see how it all gets put together. I just saw the cut of the video and I was like, because
Gosh, yeah.
I've never done something like this before. I've filmed music videos before, but never to the level that this was. This was a very professional set music video. And it was just a really, really cool experience as well. But like, I think it will portray the song in a light that it needed to be portrayed in. And I think it was done the right way. So that's why I'm very, very stoked and excited about it.
Yeah. Is there anyone like you dream of writing with or working with in the future?
Oh my gosh. I really would love to work with Charlie Puth. He's a genius.
He's
He's
from Jersey,
so
right?
freaking good. Huh?
He's from New Jersey.
I think he is.
Yeah. Like,
Jersey. Maybe it's a Jersey thing. That's maybe why. He was also my one of my celebrity crushes that I said that I talked about on Bestie Fix Bay.
yeah. Of course. Well, what I have to tell you too, I think I told you maybe in person, but when I was driving across the country and moved to LA, we're both in LA now, which is amazing.
Yeah.
When we were driving, we were like driving through like Arizona, and I started to play your song. We were like driving past all these boulders, and like since your song's kind of like has that country pop. That
Yeah.
it was like I didn't know what to expect, and honestly, it was perfect. And I played it 3 times, and I was like,
Oh my gosh.
song. It really is because it's so like
It's like a windows down drive song.
exactly. If you ever do
That's
another
amazing. That's amazing.
concept, but I'll do like a fan video. You remember when we used to
That'll be
make
so
like
funny.
fan music videos? Anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, thank you again so much for having me on. I appreciate you so much.
I'll
We
talk to
gotta
you
hang
soon,
soon.
and I'm gonna try to watch
Yeah.
the live stream later because I'm very
Yes, yes. Again, I stream every single day on Up Live 7 to 9 p.m. and on Hakuna from 10 to 11 p.m. Pacific Coast time.
There you go. All right, I'll
Very
talk
late
to
for you East Coasters. I'm sorry, but
you.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.